You're either in or you're out. Right now.
Oh my goodness! Antonio Williams!
Fletcher fighting his way through. It goes from on Fletcher. Oh, William Lee throws it out again.
The next question, are you in or out on booing your team's performance in a loss? Or not necessarily in a loss, just booing your team's performance. Go on, Grant.
I mean, it was quite good in the wee Discord chat, people going back and forth for this one. This one promoted quite a lot of good chat.
It did.
I'm all for it. If people have paid their money, if you want to boo your team's performance, you boo them. And okay, you could, I think it might have been Paul actually saying like you can in fact affect your team by not going to games, not buying tickets,
leaving early.
Like, but no, but this is our hobby. This. If you've got an interest, you've paid your money, and you've got that kind of enjoyment, regardless of what sport. Right? You should be able to kind of voice your concern, or release some moment of frustration, and like watching some of, let's be honest, Newcastle's performances. That team and that ball club do have a kind of thing where they feel like they should, and not an entitlement because it's been a few years, but that kind of they're used to
little bit of an entitlement.
They're used to winning.
Yeah, but they're used to winning. They're used to it.
Yeah.
They're used to winning a lot of games. They've had some quality players like your boy Ramon, unreal.
The GOAT.
And
the half-court general.
And it's a massive change, but it's what you see people on social media be like, oh, they need to be given time to adjust. But basketball doesn't work like that because every season is an adjustment.
Yeah, not in this
every season, the BBL, even the NBA these days have massive roster turnovers every season.
Yeah.
And you know what? That's the notion of our sport, which is fine. So by saying people, oh, you need to give Stuttle a chance, well, probably, yeah, but he needs to get his recruitment better for next season. But also what he's recruited so far to replace players doesn't seem to be gelling. Fans are entitled to say, well, you keep changing things and things aren't getting better. We've played 9 games and we've won 2 of them.
Yeah.
Got to be better.
Ads, my man.
See, I'm somewhere on the fence with this one because 9 times out of 10, nobody is more pissed off at losing the game than the players on the floor.
Yes.
You know, these guys don't go to work to lose, they go to win. And it affects them, you know. And I always feel bad if people are booing for players because those guys, unless you've got a team that really, you know, obviously don't care, or you've got a player that doesn't care, then yeah, okay.
And it's noticeable when fans see players not caring.
Yeah. So when you get that,
True.
then yeah, okay, give him a bit of a boo. But when you are booing a team that are trying the hardest and they're putting in a shift, I just don't like it. The Newcastle one's interesting. You've not been to Newcastle, have you, Pabs?
No, but I would say at the weekend it looked absolutely packed, but it was very quiet from start to finish.
Do you know what? You go up there. I've already been up there twice this season, not for BBL, for
GP.
Mystics. No, for my daughter's played there. And
good stuff.
Played there. And the minute you get to that arena, you feel part of something special because it's a facility that stands proudly on a main road with Newcastle Eagles on it, on the side of it. You walk
phenomenal.
and it's their place, and the staff are all lovely. The people are lovely. Everyone you meet up there is great, and there's pictures all over the walls of the great players from years gone by. You know, they're a club that really, really care about basketball, and a city that cares about it, and they sell out every game. Even though they're losing at the moment, you're not going to see empty seats, I don't think. And I think the booing, the Geordies are very passionate people with all sports and with everything. And the booing, I don't think is necessarily it's spiteful, if that's the word.
Yeah.
I think it's more just disappointment and frustration because they are used to winning.
Yeah.
Because you show me a Newcastle Eagle fan that's going to boo Darius Defoe.
Very true.
And there just isn't one. So I think it's different from team to team. And if you know the Geordies and you know the city of Newcastle, it's a great place full of great people. I love it up there. I look forward to going to Newcastle for anything. And I just feel like their booing is a frustration.
Yeah.
And the other one, the last thing I'll say about it is as well, is sometimes fans are booing possibly the coach rather than the players.
Wow.
You know, I'm not saying that's what the Newcastle fans are doing right now, but you do see it in sports where...
Well, it was the case last season, wasn't it, with McLeod? Yeah.
Yeah, where fans just get sick of the coaching because fans, you know, true basketball fans that understand the game can see what's wrong, and it is frustrating because we sit there doing it, going, "Why is he doing that? Why is he made that?"
Oh, of course. Yeah.
We're all coaches when we're watching a game,
Yeah.
but when it becomes that obvious and coaches aren't reacting, you know, that's when your fans start booing the coach. So I can't really give it in or out on this one.
Mixed. I think we're mixed, aren't we, on this
yeah,
one?
I'm right on the fence with it.
I can only go from personal experience, and I'm out on it. But my thing is that, from my perspective, I started watching the Worthing Bears. 2 seasons we didn't win anything. We were fighting up there. We were in the mix. Kind of second season was better than with Dale Shackelford. We had Shaq for both seasons, but we were better. We finished top 4, I think, and we made it to the semi-finals at Wembley. And then, absolutely the luckiest person on the planet when Alan Cunningham comes to town, and we win 3 straight playoffs. And then we didn't win anything till Nick Nurse came, and that was like 2003. So we're talking 8 years without. And
we're talking winningless seasons. Gladiators haven't won anything since 2000.
So there you go. But I hope that there is a level of understanding regarding the capability of the squad that your coach and the guys behind the scene have put out there. We knew for the seasons after Alan Cunningham left that the guys that they were only just able to afford to fill a squad with, that's all we had, and we were down there cheering for them, happy. You know, that's what we had.
Yeah.
It's not happy clapping. It's very different to just sitting there and clapping. You're down there, you're encouraging, you're cheering, because
trying to get them going.
Yeah, because there's going to be a couple of games where you're going to take scalps. You're going to beat the bigger teams, and you're massive underdogs. But the thing with the Eagles is it may sound a bit controversial, but we had interactions with, and this is, I feel like it's a small minority of Eagles fans, hopefully, that had very unrealistic expectations of the squad that have been put together, regardless of injuries that they've had and people they've brought in subsequently. Yeah. We've never predicted this team to finish high because the recruitment didn't look like it was enough.
Yeah.
We've accepted that. Some Eagles fans in our Discord channel have accepted that from the beginning. This isn't the squad for this season. This is just a learning curve. Some haven't. Some have little understanding of the fact that this squad has never been good enough to succeed.
Yeah.
That might sound harsh, that might sound controversial, but they're 2-8, and they've never looked above that, to be honest with you. And
that's right. That
shows like a little bit of a lack of understanding of that, and that I don't agree with that.
It's understandings and expectations. It's Newcastle, or some fans of teams expect to win.
Yeah. And
they don't really know how to understand that emotional thing of not winning. Newcastle went a decade winning it all.
Yeah.
Or at least winning something. They've even, like during the COVID season, they beat London. They beat, like, even up to that recent time. Like, they've got rid of a coach 2 years ago, or last season, who the year before that won a double. Like, you almost
which is madness when you look at that.
And he seems to do such amazing things in terms of their community stuff. So the fact that he's still involved in the club is amazing, because Newcastle seem to do a lot of great stuff on the ground.
Yeah.
But they just haven't got it right this season. It could be learning curves for how they've ran the business, whatever else. But Newcastle have an opportunity here to kind of relight the fire. make changes in the franchise to kind of,
They've almost got a blank slate, haven't they?
Exactly. So it's make changes where they need to make changes. They've got a brilliant facility that's their own. They can work and do with it how they please. So it's how they use that now that they've got, you know what? Our winning seasons are done for now.
Yeah.
So how can we make the next winning run happen?
But they'll come. This is the other thing, isn't it?
It
will
will.
happen.
Oh, absolutely.
I had to remind an over-exuberant Patriots fan who thinks we should be winning every week and wants to win silverware, and you just have to say, look, it'll come. How long? Well, let's look at Leicester. They won nothing for the first 13 years in the BBL, or more than that, and then they win in one season, and then it's another 10 or 12 years before they start winning again. Like, it really ebbs and flows. As long as your club has aspirations,